All right, welcome back to Onebar and Lupagus Show. I'm Onebar. We're talking latest Vikings player stock up, and unfortunately, player stock who is down, some so far down. It's like that old dude in the locker room, those big old droopy things hanging there. Hit that sub button, like the videos. We're trying to get to 13,000 subs before Christmas. Hit that thing. Let's go. All right, so stock up, stock down. Here's my thought is, stock up, Justin Jefferson, like his stock always is going to be up. There's just guys that aren't even included on this. This is just most recency. So I'm thinking like the last 2-3 weeks of guys that have been playing very well and guys have been playing down. So like, yeah, the Jeffersons, the Brian O'Neills, their stock is always up. So I didn't put them on the list. So let's end on a good note. I'm going to start with the stock down and comments. Let me know who your latest stock up, stock down is. Stock down, Jalen Nailor. You knew this was going to be on the list. You knew he was going to be there. 2 touchdown drops throughout the season. It just has been playing not well. I had about 32, 33 snaps yesterday against the Titans. So clearly Kevin O'Connell is still trying to get him involved. But, man, at some point, they just got to get in Trent Sherfield. They got to get in more Brandon Powell because Jalen Nailor just can't be relied on right now. So stock way down for Jalen Nailor. Another guy who's stock down is Shaq Griffin. Our secondary as a whole, stock is down, but Griffin's snaps have gone way down when he's out there. His coverage just isn't overly great. His coverage grades are actually really bad. And he's just not getting much playing time. So stock down for Shaq Griffin. It would be great for him to also just step up, a big old gulp of the Fortnum youth, and also start playing well. But Byron Murphy, fortunately, is playing good. Stephon Gilmore, a little bit hit or miss. Josh Metellus, spoiler alert, is the next guy. Josh Metellus, stock down, and this was a big talker in the live. This has been a talker for the last couple of shows. It's not that Metellus is this big liability and not playing good. It's just it doesn't seem like he's the Josh Metellus that we saw last year, a guy who was consistently making plays. Yesterday, yeah, he had a bad play, that 98-yard touchdown. That's not solely why he's on here. It definitely helps why he's on the stock down list. But this year, he's got a 53.8 coverage grade. Granted, for him, they are playing him all over the place. 281 snaps in the box, 175 in the slot. So he is still our Swiss Army knife. It's just he's not making those big plays we're used to. You still got time. We love us some Josh Metellus, and he is a big part of this defense. We just got to see some more plays out of him. Next up, Ed Ingram, stock down. And really, this is just more so, he's benched. This is kind of a win-lose scenario. Is finally we get what we were asking for. Is like, let's put Ed Ingram on the bench. Let's try anything else. Dalton Risner gets to start. But on the other side, stock down is, does he ever even get back out there? Again, another draft pick from that 2022 class who just appears to be a bust. You can't be getting benched at this point in your career and not be called a bust. Dalton Risner, no, he's not like this big savior. He might just be a little bit better. He might even be just the same, but this is a big blow to a draft class that is already bad. That includes Jalen Nailor, by the way. Last one, I feel a little dirty putting him on here as far as stock down, but Aaron Jones has been very good. He's been playing very hard. He catches a lot of balls out of the backfield. He's making some plays, but the fact is the last 3 out of the 4 games, he's averaged 3.1 yards a carry or less. One of those games was like 2.5 yards a carry, and we saw yesterday, just wasn't happening. The run game wasn't happening. Is that on the offensive line? Is that on the play calling? We don't know, but what I do know is he is not producing, and he's going to be a big part of how good this offense performs and how far the Vikings go. So the Vikings got to get the run game going. And it's not just him. Cam Akers averaged like 2.5 yards a carry yesterday as well, but Aaron Jones, higher expectations, got to get him involved, got to get him getting those tough first downs, which we saw early in the season. So that is stock down. Let's go to the good side. Let's go to stock up, baby. Let's go to our new left tackle, Cam Robinson. He's been here 3 games. He's given up 1 sack. Grades are just fantastic. His pass blocking, a 71 and 82. And this is a guy that came in here and just was thrown to the wolves and said, and yeah, I know he started a lot of games in his career, but this is a whole new ball game. He's got Blake Brandel next to him. He's got Garrett Bradbury next to him. And he's playing his balls off. He's playing fantastic. I couldn't have asked for Cam Robinson to be playing any better at this point. So Cam Robinson, well done. Christian Darrisaw, tough shoes to fill. And I'm not saying he's filling them, but he's doing pretty damn good. He's got one of those shoes on. So Cam Robinson, well done. Again, another big part of how the Vikings do down the stretch is the protection that Sam Darnold has. Next up, Byron Murphy in a secondary that has not been overly great. Byron Murphy, yeah, he's had some whiffs. He's had some plays where he looked not great, but he's also had some damn good game-sealing plays as well. 3 interceptions in the last, 4 weeks or something. Grading out as the best season of his professional career. He's been a big part of a defense that has been a little shaky in the secondary, but he's been playing good. And this dude, he's still only 26 years old, final year of his contract. Vikings, I hope they bring him back. I think they will bring him back. He's going to make some money. But Byron Murphy has been playing very, very good. Stock up. Another guy at stock is up is Josh Oliver. Turns out he's a big part of this offense. If you've been watching any of the shows, you hear me complain and say, I wish he would just be up there blocking. I love that he's catching the balls, but I would rather them things go to Jordan Addison, TJ Hawkinson. I'm just getting picky. I'm not saying I'm right. I'm very wrong, because when they get it to Oliver, he's making plays. He's making big plays. And he was a good receiver coming out of college. They just, like the Ravens, they never used him as a receiver. And now the Vikings are like, screw it, we're going to use him as a receiver. And he's getting crap done, and we know he can block, and now it's just a little cherry on top, bloop, because he's catching the ball and he's making plays. Big play yesterday for that first down. Next guy, Blake Cashman. You could say, yeah, his stock's always up, just kind of like the Justin Jeffersons, the Brian O'Neills, and guys like that, the Jonathan Grenards, the Van Ginkel. If you're wondering why these guys aren't on the list, like I said earlier, their stock's always up. So Blake Cashman, though, he's back. He's damn near better than ever. He's making this defense way better. So him alone being back and making everybody around him better, stock up for Blake Cashman. 3 sacks on the season, I think. He's on his way for a career year, just like a lot of the other guys on this team, like the Van Ginkels. So Blake Cashman, obviously, stock up. Last guy might be a little bit of a surprise, and nobody probably will agree with me. But Garrett Bradbury's had a little bit of a stretch here for 3 games where he's been pretty damn good. I'm not saying he's this elite center, but like compared to Garrett Bradbury, how he usually plays, he's overachieving right now. In the last 3 games, 1 quarterback hit, 4 quarterback pressures. He's done that in a single game this year. I think 1 game early in the season, he had 5 quarterback pressures. This is over the last 3 games. 1 quarterback hit, 4 pressures, 0 penalties, and he's been grading out pretty good. He's had some tough dudes on that defensive line the last couple of weeks in front of him. And Garrett Bradbury, love him or hate him, you got to give him a few flowers for playing pretty damn good. We're not looking for eliteness out of Garrett Bradbury. We're looking for good, and he's played good. So stock up for Garrett Bradbury. I might get murdered in the comments for that, but that is my stock up. That is my stock down. Let me know in the comments who your guys' stock up and stock down is. And remember, hit that sub button. Let's get to 13,000 subs.